excited to have Aastha as our guest today for an Auxano Bytes podcast episode, as we have an interesting conversation lined up with this power-packed female entrepreneur who is all set to mobilize the supply chain within the pharma industry. Welcome, Aastha. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Swada, for getting me here. It's a great opportunity to speak to all the lovely audiences.
Thank you. So, Aastha, let's take it from the very beginning. You started your entrepreneurial journey pretty early on, and this being your first venture, what made you take this leap of faith, and what were the challenges that you were not prepared for?
Okay. So I'll take the first question that what made me take this leap of faith. I'll tell you, I'll start with my story that how we started. So we started in 2017, early 2017, with the B2C, that is delivery directly to the patients. So that was the time when Ask Me, Grofers, they were doing something for something similar in the grocery that they were delivering like in 6-7 hours. So that brought us into thinking that okay, medicines is something very emergency products for the patients, and if there can be any such revolutionary uh, thing that can happen that can deliver medicines very fast, that would be something amazing. And that was the time when other e-pharmacies were springing up. So uh, I mean, the delivery tat at that time was 3 days, 4 days. So that was a difficult market to crack. So that is how we started. That was our vision, to cater to this emergency and deliver to the patients within 1 hour, using the ecosystem, hyperlocal ecosystem of the medical shopkeepers. That didn't work out because that is when we realized that there are a lot of challenges for these medical shopkeepers in the supply chain itself. So that is got us into thinking that this market is huge with a humongous demand, especially with the medical shopkeepers. You see, medical shopkeepers hold like a very eminent position in your life. The nearby pharmacy, you just go and take all your medicines from there. No matter, even if in today's time, if we talk about, with a lot of e-pharmacies, a lot of other players in the market, medical shops are very, very important for you. I mean, 90%, more than 90% of the demand is being catered by these medical shopkeepers. And this is what made us take this leap of faith during that time. Then we started that these people are going to be very important, and if we saw the struggles that these people were going through. Like I'll ask you about this question. Like, think about, you are ordering maybe your grocery with Grofers. Like, there are some 10 items that you're ordering. So Grofers tell you, okay, 2 I'm going to deliver you, the rest 5 you can pick up from these different sellers,
Mhm.
and the rest 2 items I will tell you where it is available, and you go and negotiate with the seller and then get it yourself. That is the kind
After, I'm really sorry, I'm stopping you. And actually, midway through, what happened was my or this thing AirPods that I connected, right? So they got disconnected. So I'm not sure the audio report हुआ है कि नहीं. I'm very sorry. So can we start with the first question again? Will that be okay with you?
sure we can redo it. ये सब सही चल रहा था, मतलब you think the flow and
हाँ
everything.
हाँ. Yeah, everything was online. Actually, बीच में क्या हुआ midway it said that the power is off on AirPods. So I'm not sure if वो भी record हो गया होगा as a part of recording. So
ठीक
what
है, we
I'll
can
do is,
start again.
yeah,
We can start.
I'll just move these. One second.
We can start again and I'll be, it's a good thing. मैं भी थोड़ा और ज्यादा अच्छा बोलूंगी. मैं बहुत ज्यादा लंबा तो नहीं बोल रही हूँ ना?
My earphones.
My answers aren't too long, right?
Yeah, बीच में I think थोड़ा सा we can maybe concise a little bit on the journey from before, like how you got into the ideation. मतलब I
Okay.
think it's perfect. I think because आपका chain of thought जो चल रहा है till the time you will not communicate, so that will not come across. So that's fine. So it's good as
Understood.
it is. Yeah, it's good as it
Understood.
is. Yeah. So what I'll
Understood.
do is I'll just please, like I'll ask you the question once again.
Mhm.
So shuru wala part is fine. I'll start. Let's take it from the beginning. From the first question, I'll start again. Okay?
Sure.
Is that great? Great. Perfect. So, Asta, let's take it from the very beginning. You started your entrepreneurial journey pretty early on, and this being your first venture, what made you take this leap of faith? And what were the challenges that you were not prepared for?
Thank you. So I'll take the first part of your question. That is, what made me take this leap of faith? So I'll tell you how we started was that we started in 2017, late 2017. That was the time when e-pharmacies were just springing up, and grofers and asked me, these kind of startups were delivering groceries in very little time, 6 7 hours or something, and a lot of revolutionary things were happening. A lot of smartphone experience, customer experience was coming up for the consumers. So that was the time when we thought that probably delivering medicines within 1 hour is going to be a game changer. It can become a very big hit, and we started doing that using a few medical shopkeepers, the hyperlocal ecosystem of the medical shopkeepers, and started delivering within 1 hour of their orders.
Mhm,
That is when we got in touch with these medical shopkeepers and realized that how difficult it is to source medicines for them.
mhm,
That is when we learned the market size, the supply chain, and everything.
mhm,
And this the so I'll tell you about their struggles. Okay, so what is it like? Think about it, that you are ordering say 10 items with grofers or any such player,
mhm,
and they tell you that okay, 3 items I'm going to deliver it to you. The rest 5 items, I can tell you where to pick it up from, and you
mhm,
can go and pick it up from the seller. And the rest 2 items, I can tell you the seller, go negotiate and pick it up from there. So
mhm,
that is the hassle that these people were in their daily life, in their daily procurement every day.
mhm,
So that, and the position of these medical shopkeepers is so important in our lives, that even today, like if you look at more than 90% of the people will go to their medical shopkeepers, to their pharmacists, and buy medicines from them. So we thought that nothing could be better than nothing can be better than making their life simpler and their businesses simpler, and we can help we can cater to such a big market
mhm,
using this. So that was what that we started with. This helped us took the leap of faith. The challenges that we were not prepared for, I would say, the industry is bigger than we think. It
mhm,
is more fragmented than we know. Like today, I'll tell you that there are more than 1,000 plus companies from our hyperlocal approach. So what we're doing is a hyperlocal delivery system for medical shopkeepers, helping them with their procurement. So we have like 1,000 plus companies that the Google doesn't know exist. That
mhm,
was the challenge that we weren't prepared for. We have spent a lot of time, and now we have overcome the challenge, and now that the challenge has become our strength now. The hyperlocal ecosystem that we have digitized
mhm.
has given us strength to help all these medical shopkeepers.
So, from what I can gather, you're saying is that the pharmaceutical sector is has a very fragmented supply chain that exists within the industry. So, is that what inspired the vision of Med Delivery?
Definitely. Empowering these retailers is what our vision is. Empowering these medical shopkeepers. See, I'll tell you that if you look at the demand of medicines, it is not actually driven by discounts or something like that. Like you wouldn't want to buy the medicines, the cheapest alternatives of the medicines you want to consume.
Right,
That is going to come, that is not how you will make a purchasing decision for the medicine. You'll
right.
go to the pharmacist. He's the first person where you interact with him, and then you show your prescription, and maybe he will suggest you about the alternatives or what the medicines you have to take. And then that is how you interact with while making the purchasing decision of a medicine. And
Mhm,
then, so we're very sure about the market size that is going to be there with these retailers and empowering them to do their businesses better is, I think, is the vision of MEDdelivery. And there are so many things that I can talk about in this.
It's always fascinating to see a founder's passion and the drive, because I think that is what fires fuels the fire that you feel to build the vision that you have. So I think that is a very fascinating to see, and then that's a very consistent thing that you see across founders. So I do appreciate that. So Med Delivery also has a proprietary app that allows, like you mentioned, that allows the medical shop retailers to procure supplies from the stockists. Now, this requires some sort of an acceptance for using these digital platforms for conducting business. So, when you're talking about moving across to, say, tier two, three cities at the moment, did you find that as a challenge that getting these local retailers to use an app for procurement?
See, I'll tell you, technology should be an enabler for these businesses.
Mhm,
And to make that happen, I'll tell you, before Med Delivery, how they were doing this problem of procurement has been there with them for ages now, right? So they had found their piece in the scratch pad or the short book that they were using, and the agents or employees that they were using to run around the hyperlocal wholesale market and get the medicines for them.
mhm,
We have entirely digitized the same workflow. We have embedded ourselves in their workflow so that they don't have to adopt to our systems. We adapt to their systems and we make it easier for them. So
mhm,
that is what our application, that is what our technology has brought for these medical shopkeepers. So it's not that they have to learn it. It is that okay, I was doing this, I just have to write it on WhatsApp, or maybe I just have to write it on the way I write it on WhatsApp. I just have to do the same on this application, and the
mhm,
rest we assure them that that's going to happen. So they don't have to do anything about it. So that is not at all a challenge, and that has been something which has helped us scale really well and across the cities, in fact. So that is not a challenge at all.
So there's one aspect of looking at the digitization of their daily day-to-day business, but there is also with med delivery that technology is a great enabler for the processes, the systems, and services that are in place. So can you please elaborate on that?
Sure. So I'll tell you about our enabler. Number one is, I was talking to about, simplified the entire process for them,
Mhm,
and in the language which they understand. Very
mhm,
simple. So it's not some ERP language or something where they have to make a lot of effort. So it's just very easier for them. So that has been number one thing. Number two, I can talk about the personalized automation that we have brought to them with 100% fulfillment. It is exactly like the way they were using their agents or they were using their employees to get 100% fulfillment. Employee doesn't come back and tell you, or the agent doesn't come back and tell you, okay, this was not available at one place, so what can I do? That's my limitation. So
mhm,
we have the technology that we have built is not at all suffering from all of these limitations, and it is very much into their flow, their workflow, which has allowed a very easier scale and adoption. So that were the two highlights. And the third, I would say, the third highlight that I can say is that we have empowered them. They feel very empowered and very involved in the process of procurement. While it's all done digitally, but the deep tracking of the anomalies that they have, they feel very empowered and involved because, that really help them predict and plan and enhance their customer experience. So when I'm talking to you, I can tell you already, okay, so I'm on med delivery, and there are a few medicines that are not available in the wholesale market for quite some time, and I know what are the alternatives that are available. I can suggest you, and I can order the alternatives. It's not that I just can suggest you the alternatives. I can order those alternatives with the mid delivery. They know where to get the alternatives also from. So it has
mhm,
made their life that easy, and their conduct of business that easy. So that is how we have used our technology as an enabler for them.
mhm. Great. That's a pretty interesting, I think, thought process behind it. That because when you're keeping the customer at the core of the product, it kind of motivates you to make every process for them as easy and as seamless as possible.
Exactly. That's how we've been doing. So just solve for them, keep solving for them, and everything is going to fall in place.
So let's talk about the pandemic. So that's the big elephant in the room. So the pandemic heightened many challenges, such as shortage of supplies, unprecedented changes in demand patterns, and a fragmented supply chain. And all this, in fact, brought forth to the need for a consolidation of the pharma industry. How do you feel that med delivery has come out of the pandemic storm stronger?
Rather than consolidation, I would call it digitization of the pharma supply chain. Like everyone now after the pandemic understands that there's a huge need of digitization of the businesses, different businesses talking to each other, so that everything can be operated in a better, efficient way.
Mhm.
And pandemic has helped us come out even stronger, because we are that digital layer. We are the ones who are creating this kind of digital layer between the businesses, be it stockists, be it retailers, be it the patients, how retailer can interact with their patients and everyone. So we are the ones who are making it digital for them. So, and the pandemic has been wonderful for us. So I mean, we have seen, like, it was an amazing, I mean, I wouldn't say that, but okay, we'll get that. So pandemic the time of pandemic has been uh, very encouraging for us, very satisfying for us, because we were able to serve a lot of people, a lot of population with their demands, with their urgent requirements, and we were able to empower the pharmacies. These were the people who were at the forefront, and
Right.
the front liners who were helping them, and we were able to empower them, we were able to help them, we were able to overcome the problems of the supply chain, because of the fragmentation that were there. So we were able to overcome those problems with our digital platform. So we have done that, and that brought us more stronger.
So, do you feel that because of the pandemic, the adoption for digitization, the adoption for consolidation of the supply chain within the pharma industry, that somewhere if you want to use the word silver lining, it kind of enabled that process?
Definitely it is. So everyone has, all the, be it all the big companies, all the distributors, everyone has understood that there is a need of digitization for us to be able to, all these businesses have been operating in silos. Is there any background noise coming from my side?
Uh, that's fine. It's okay. Little bit, yes.
So I'll just close the door. Just allow me a second.
Sure.
Kajal, 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 gate 101. Sorry.
No
Yeah.
worries. Can you start with that answer again, where we were talking about how the pandemic was actually an enabler for digitization? So you were talking about all these distributors working in silos, something on those lines.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sure. Yeah. So the pandemic has worked as an enabler for digitization in the supply chain. Everyone, be it the manufacturing brands, be it the distributors, be it the retailers, everyone has understood the demand, the
Mhm.
need for digitizing their processes, to understand each other, to not operate in silos, to have a information symmetry, so that everyone can respond in a very quickly manner, uh, and have a very robust supply chain all across the systems. And that would have helped us, like for example, we were able to help our medical shopkeepers source all the medicines, because we had everything. We are a procurement platform, and we were able to, there were very, very, very less shortages were there at the time of pandemic. We were able to predict a lot of things, we were able to forecast a lot of demands, and we were able to help our medical shopkeepers to store these kinds of medicine in advance, because we had the trend data of the entire locality. So
Mhm.
that brought us stronger.
So since we brought up data, I think data is pretty key to enabling supply chains and logistics, especially at a micro delivery level. So how does med delivery ensure that there is improved efficiencies and you're taking better data-backed decisions?
See, I'll tell you, we are a hyper local procurement partner for a medical shopkeeper,
Mhm.
bringing in 100% fulfillment from the hyper local wholesale market.
Mhm.
All the medicines, it's a very easy platform where you can just enter what he wants, and we will bring 100% fulfillment every day to him.
Mhm.
So and once we're doing it 100% for them. So we're sitting on a lot of data, which is helping us become more and more relevant for a medical shopkeeper every passing day.
Mhm.
I know exactly what he wants, when he wants, at what price. I can make a lot of better decisions for his business
Mhm.
using my community backed database that I have from the entire community,
Mhm.
the entire community and the locality of the medical shopkeeper. And we're into a hyper local ecosystem everywhere in every city. That is the hyper local ecosystem that you create. So it is not that to use these data backed insights, to use this kind of data will take a lot of time, because hyperlocal ecosystem, it develops pretty fast. And
Mhm.
it's just that I'm a very smooth chain from wholesaler to a medical shopkeeper, delivering him everything, and then helping him know better about what is available where, what does he need in advance, and improving my performance every day by becoming more and more relevant for him. I can help him understand his consumption so better. He can plan his inventory so better, about the prices, how things are working around, everything. And this can be a platform which can help brands bring their new launches in a whole another way. So
Right.
you know exactly where to launch, what is the target audience, what is the paying capacity, what is
Mhm.
it that one thing that is going to be their buying decision. What is that one thing that you should target? So that is how we are, that is the kind of processes, that is the kind of platform that we are building.
So we can say that somewhere moving and adding another layer of target audience by moving from just stockists to retailers to now also adding brands as a target audience for us, because we are enabling them to make better sales, better visibility, better branding across the ecosystem using
Definitely.
MEDdelivery. Yeah.
Definitely. So, see, my prime customer is a medical shopkeeper. So, I am doing everything what it takes to make his life simpler, better, and easier.
Right.
And bringing the brands to a medical shopkeeper, with, enabling them to communicate each with each other. So, there are no source of communication which a brand can make with a medical shopkeeper. It's just so difficult, and there's so many layers
Mhm.
uh, for an information to pass from a brand to a retailer. So it is not just an easier option, it is also where to go, how to
Right.
go, and the most efficient way to go.
So when we're talking about med delivery currently being operational in cities such as Jaipur, Ajmer, Bikaner, and now also we'll start catering to Jodhpur. So how do you strategize to make a model scalable?
See, scalable and moving to the multiple cities and everything. I would say that, focus on the customer, understand the problem very deeply, understand the customer very deeply, and then try to solve for his problem from
Mhm.
all the ends. And that is going to make your playbook ready to be scalable at every place. Because if you're able to solve for the customer, solve in the most efficient way, and help the customer, that is going to be scalable everywhere.
But do you feel that the strategy might change when you're moving from, say, currently we are in one particular geographic location? Will you have to restructure your strategy when you're moving to a different part of the
See,
country?
not at all. If the strategy, see, my strategy is towards solving the problem of the customer. If
Mhm.
I, and that is how we have made our playbook. So it is, and we have understood the customer very, very well. It's in the past 1.5 years, we've been understanding the customers, our customers really well. So the same playbook, and I'll tell you, in a matter of 3 months, we are able to capture 20% of the Bikaner. That's the
Right.
scale that we've achieved, right? So, and that is because we now understand the customer very well. We now understand the market very well, and our strategy is not focused on place to place. Our strategy is focused on how the minds of the customers work. What is it that they're looking for? How to make it easy, simple, and available for them.
And I think in your case, in MedDelivery's case, having a very transparent and process-driven, platform uh, on the basis of technology, that also makes the expansion far more seamless because you have such strong
Exactly.
and transparent processes in place.
That plays a very important role, all the ops and everything. How do you move? So you have to standardize everything and then move. So it makes your movement easier. after all the iterations that you've done to understand everything. So that's helpful.
आज आपकी वो वाली लाइन ना आई नहीं टेक्नोलॉजी वाली because I think that is a very important part how technology is helping you scale up. So I'll say that क्योंकि बीच में ना lag आ गया था. So I'll say that line
Okay.
again that technology plays a very key role in helping you scale up. So maybe you can talk about how you have this structured ops in place and transparency happens because of you kind of आप granular level पे हर चीज को map कर सकते हो because of the technology and process you have in place. तो अगर हम if you want to elaborate on that because that is
Okay.
right? So I will
Yeah,
just
yeah. Okay, I'll
I
do
will just
that.
yeah. So I'll just repeat
We
that line
can
again.
restart this question.
Yeah. So what I can understand,
Sure.
Asta, is great. So what I can understand, Asta, is that technology is also a very plays a very critical role when you are planning to expand across cities. So how do you feel that technology plays a major part in your scalability?
See, we have understood our customer very well, and we have built our entire solution around our customer. Our entire technology, our all the processes, everything is we have made keeping our customer in mind. So the kind of deep tracking that he needs on every item. That's how granular we're talking about. It's not even a order I'm talking about, so granular that it is on each item that he can track the kind of processes that we have built, that we are enabling very fast deliveries within 2 hours 3 hours from the hyper local wholesale market to him, bringing him 100% fulfillment. So that is how we have solved for the patient. I am so sorry, my phone is ringing. I don't know where. I'm so sorry. I will start again with
No
this
worries, no
question.
worries. But this, I think it's a very important thing for you to talk about. So you can just start with the answer again. I'll take it from your answer.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. I think it would be great if you can again repeat the question. It will make the context and then I will be able to
Sure,
speak
sure,
again.
sure, sure. Okay,
Thank you.
so I'll start. Yeah,
Yes, I know. Yeah.
great. Okay, so yeah, so I feel that technologies, especially for med delivery, has a very key role to play. That is, enabling you to expand across cities. So could you please elaborate on that for us?
Definitely, technology has played a very important role in our expansion, in our execution, and everything. See, this is a very fragmented supply chain that we are talking about, the hyperlocal wholesale market that we're talking about. The industry is huge, the SKUs are huge. Every day, a retailer is struggling to buy a lot of things, and it's a daily procurement market that is running. So every day, he buys what he wants to sell. So we have the technology has helped us to bridge this entire gap. We are helping. So we have built this entire solution around our customer, right? So it is like we have helped him procure everything. What he wants is procure anything and everything because that is what he needs to service to his patient. So we
Mhm.
have helped him do that with 100% capabilities and 100% fulfillment, like just like the way he would be able to do it himself. Then we have given him such granular tracking that it is not on the order that he wants to track, it is on every item that he can track and trace and understand that what is happening, where it is happening, and can plan accordingly.
Mhm.
And then the processes so that it is delivered. He doesn't care what is happening or what is not happening. It is medicine that we're dealing with. So it's a pretty sensitive product, as you know. The demand is very sensitive. So to get it delivered is very, very important. And we have such processes in place. We have such systems in place which helps us do that. It's just a single day show that we are running, right? Tomorrow he
Right.
wouldn't need the same medicines. He wanted it today because the patients want to consume it today. So we have those kinds of systems. We have developed those kinds of processes, that kind of technology, which is helping us do that. And it's just not in Jaipur that is helping us. The same kind of thing that we are able to do in Bikaner, we're able to do in Jodhpur, we're able to do in Ajmer, and several other cities that we are planning to expand.
Mhm.
And we're able to get a very quick scale. So like in a matter of 3 months, we have what 20% of Bikaner already with us. These processes, this technology has helped us do that. And of course, our strategy is very simple: keep solving for the customer, and everything is going to be solved and in place.
So, okay, so now for an entrepreneur, it's also essential and critical is the process of fundraising. So, and it's a very daunting process, but equally important. So, what advice would you give to fellow entrepreneurs who are just embarking on this journey?
Sure. So I think fundraising is very, very important for you to realize your dreams. It is more like number one is it is more like finding the right partners for you. But I think all this falls in place if you're solving it for your customer, and if the customer is liking it, if you have the kind of acceptance from the customer, everything is going to fall in place. Then you will be able to find the right partner to believe in the same vision that you have. So the
Mhm.
most important thing is identify the problem, live the problem, try to understand it, solve it for the customer, make the customer believe that this problem is being solved and his life is much more easier with the solution. And if the customer is ready to buy that, then any investor would be ready to buy that. But it is very important for you to make the customer believe that his life is easy, his problem is being solved with your solution. That is very, very important.
And any advice, like when a new entrepreneur is figuring it out, how to approach an investor, how to how to build a narrative when you're reaching out to an investor? Any advice on that particular aspect?
See, I mean, do the best what you're doing. Try, keep solving it for your customer. Once your customers are going to be happy customers, you will have another level of confidence, and that is the time when you should actually reach out to the customers. Once reach out to the investors, I'm sorry, reach out
Right,
to the investors. So everything should be backed by the confidence that is coming from your customers,
right.
and that is the time, not before that you should ever reach to the investors. You should always try to find out the best fit for your customer that you're solving it, the demand that you are trying to create, and after that you should go and like approach investors.
Great, Asa. I'm
If your
sure that
customer is happy, all the investors are going to be happy.
so it's a win-win situation. If you're very confident about the product, that confidence will kind of flow through your narrative, your numbers, your scalability, your business model will come through if you're confident about how you're
Definitely.
solving the problem for the user.
Definitely, it's the investor is going to be a partner in your business. The
Right.
business is going to stand only when the customers are happy, and will keep standing and will keep doing better and better. So it's just finding a best partner and finding the best solution for the customer.
So, as an entrepreneur in a growth stage, I feel that you have to be a constant hustler. You are kind of donning many hats at multiple times in the day. So, how do you unwind yourself and recharge?
Unwind myself. See, I'll say the source of motivation is the impact that we are creating
Mhm.
in the lives of everyone. That is the source of motivation. That is what I wake up every day and I realize that, okay, I've been able to do something. I've been able to create this impact. I've been able to make the lives of these people who are helping so many people who are so
Yeah.
important in our ecosystem. We are able to solve for them. We are able to make their lives easy, and we are able to empower them to help to take the healthcare delivery to the next level.
Mhm.
So that is what is very motivating, and that is what keeps us running.
Any sort of tips on how do sometimes you need to kind of take a break and recharge and unwind? So, but
See,
I think
I think I love the kind of motivation that I get from the impact that I'm creating, that I never think about that I need some break or I need something like that, because it always lights up this fire in you that, okay, there's so much left to do. It's a huge market. 90% of the market is being run by medical shopkeepers, and there's a huge impact that we can create, and we can help them healthcare in the healthcare access, making it accessible to the tier. The situation is I mean, we can create a very good healthcare ecosystem in the non metro markets and everything. So there's so much to do, and then there is so much to and then what we are already doing, the impact that we are creating for these medical shopkeepers is so satisfying that it keeps us running and it keeps us motivated all the time. So we're
you
very happy.
you spoke like a true leader, true founder, and I think that itself is pretty motivating to all our listeners.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Asta, for taking our time and giving us this very insightful and interesting conversation. I'm sure that the audience is going to enjoy listening to it as much as I enjoyed conversing with you today. And wishing the team of MEDdelivery and you all the very best as you continue to disrupt the pharma industry as we know it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Swada. Thank you.
Thank you.